Alright, YouTube, I'm white, so naturally I need other people to lecture me on how I should act. Like, I can't think for myself. I'm too white for that. So I need somebody. If I wasn't told not to eat, like, pieces of poop off the ground, I probably would do that, because after all, what do I know about the world? I'm basically an inverted Huckleberry Finn stereotype or something. At least according to Netflix' new series, Dear White People, which right now, and this is the purpose of the video, is getting absolutely fucking trashed by individuals on there. Let's go see, actually. Dear White People date announcement. High def, as though it mattered. By Netflix. It's a Netflix original series. About 214,000 people have viewed it. Of those, a significant proportion, about a fifth of them, have thumbed it down. Almost nobody seems to like it. I wonder why. Now, think of if the shoe were on the other foot. These people that are saying, oh, why would you cancel your Netflix subscription just because they make one series you don't like? It's about principle. Imagine if they made a series starring Mel Gibson, Dear Black People. Takes place in inner city Detroit, and Mel Gibson and David Duke and Richard Spencer and some of their friends have to get together and learn the community some edumacation or something because they're too fucking retarded to do it on their own. Oh, it'd be a shit show. Everyone would hate Netflix. But then they have Dear White People. They're basically doing the same thing. You get the sassy black woman. Again, it's just like the MTV News thing there. They had the sassy black woman, which itself is like a racial stereotype in every possible way. To teach these white men some lessons because they're too dumb to do it on their own. People hated that. They finally had to take it fucking down. I wonder if they'll take this down, honestly. I wonder if they might be compelled to do that. If they get such a tidal wave of hate that they're like, from PR standpoint, from an ad revenue standpoint, even just for the YouTube channel, it's untenable. We can't deal with this. It's possible. But, it's just like that. They have some, the stereotypical, well-educated, sassy black individuals. The young black activist with the afro, the sassy black woman. Sort of the archetype, stereotype things going on. And then they have the clueless white people. Oh, they're dressing up in blackface. Because, every white person does that. Every white person has dressed up in blackface in a total minstrel outfit because they're just too dumb to realize it's insensitive. That makes a lot of sense. Apparently, that's the basic synopsis of this program. Oh, white people are racially insensitive. We need to teach them better. It's up to us because they wouldn't learn it on their own. And of course, every randomly chosen white person, yeah, they act like that. They're total bigots or something. Yeah, I wonder why people would be a little bit offended. As for me, it doesn't really offend me because I'm not a Netflix subscriber. So I can't boycott Netflix by canceling a subscription that I don't have. I wouldn't choose to watch it because anything that's like a drama series, whether it's like racially charged, anything like that, I'm not into drama. I'm more into like the fantasy side of stuff. And that brings up another point. This fits right in with what's happening in gaming. Gamers have gotten tired of the social justice crap in gaming too. Attempts to insert overt racial or sex-based or whatever wedge issues into gaming and so forth. Of course, you had Gamergate and all this crap. And so people have gotten tired of that quite clearly. And it's simply because they're tired of being lectured. It's not even the basic principle of, social justice or women's rights or something. It's okay, well, whatever. You've alienated a lot of people who just say, this is supposed to be entertainment. And by inserting these overt messages, it stops being entertaining. So even if you agree with the basic fundamental premise of it, white people should, be sensitive. They shouldn't be dressed up like minstrels on a regular basis. Okay, maybe most people understand that. But you're making a whole series based on the premise that white people presumably do these things on a regular basis. I imagine that the basic synopsis will be that there's a community of whites, and there are black people in this community too. And the black people are constantly exasperated because the white people are constantly insensitive and just too stupid to realize it. Because that's obviously the case. If nobody told me that it was a bad idea, wouldn't I be making my videos here in blackface because I'm white? So that must mean I'm a total, Nazi or something like that. If I didn't have somebody to tell me not to, then how would I know any better? I'm ignorant. What can I say? I'm white. It's an inverted Huckleberry Finn thing. You read Huckleberry Finn and the black character there. He's like, he's clueless. He doesn't know what he's doing. He'll fall for any trick or anything. Like, at one point, doesn't Huck Finn, like, convince him? He, like, locks him in a shed or something and convinces him to, like, take dead grass and start watering it with his tears or something. I might be thinking of a different book or a different character. It's been a while since I read it, but I'm pretty sure that's the basic premise. They use the N-word constantly, obviously, and stuff. But if you turned that around, you'd basically have some of this modern, like, TV and game programming. That's what you would essentially have. A clueless white person, doesn't know how to do anything, is easily gulled into doing anything by idiot friends who convince them to do racist shit, and then has to be sorted out by someone with better intelligence, who is invariably a black individual or something like that. Then I check the calendar, I look at that, I find out it's not actually the 1950s and we're not in a different timeline where segregation worked in reverse, and I ask myself why exactly this sort of material is necessary in the first place. I get that it's supposed to be like a social message, but don't you think there are better ways to go about that? Yeah, I'd think in such a supposedly divided nation, with race sort of at the forefront of many debates, now's probably not the time to be producing this specific kind of material. Yeah, I think it probably just rubs salt in a sore wound, and doesn't really help anybody because it convinces many white people, oh, well, fucking Hollywood hates us, the black community, they all hate us. They all see us as either ignorant or they see us as some sort of enemy that's going to attack them all the time. So they don't want to be around us. There's no healing of race relations because everyone's gotten so fucking paranoid about everybody else. And stuff like this simply doesn't help. But take heart in it, at least on this. Because so many people apparently dislike this material. It's not particularly likely that it'll do well. Like, just a moment here, before I end the video. Right now, I'm looking at it, there are almost 48,000 dislikes. Now let's see what happens when I refresh it. Yeah, now it's 49,000. Yeah, so a couple thousand since I started making this video only a few minutes ago. You get the basic idea, and I don't see the thumbs up really moving that much. Yeah, go through some of the comments. I made one about the spin-off series that's coming never to theaters, where David Duke and Richard Spencer and Mel Gibson get together to move to Detroit, called, Dear Black People or something like that. And then people, you get people talking about Moon Man and stuff like that. Yeah, that's great for race relations. Yeah, all the normal Netflix customers, they don't know anything about the alt-right. They probably don't even know it exists. All of a sudden, they're going through the comments section. They're like, oh, wow, people hate this video. I wonder why. They go to the comments to find out why. And all they see are 100,000 trolls. Good job, Netflix. Good job. These people are also going to vote down all of your other videos potentially too. You're PR masters. There is such a thing. I know the tendency is to say, well, no attention is bad attention. No publicity is bad publicity. In the social media era, you'd be completely wrong. Look at what happened to Ghostbusters and look at what happened to MTV News. MTV News was doing fine. They were growing faster than I was until the New Year's resolutions for white guys video was posted. At that point, they dropped like a rock. Everything got laid waste to on their channel, whether it had anything to do with New Year's resolutions for white guys or not. And they sunk like a rock. Now they've stagnated to the point where I overtook MTV News. And it wasn't even difficult to do. That's how badly they got hit. What do you think's going to happen to Netflix? Granted, a lot bigger than MTV News. But the premise is the same. There are probably 10 times more people that are going to see this, too. Netflix is less likely to immediately delete it and then re-upload it and pretend like it was some sort of error in how they filmed it when they didn't change the video at all. Nice try, MTV. It'll be funny to see how this works. And then, of course, you got incredulous individuals. Why would you cancel your account for one series you don't like? Well, yeah, it's the principle. It's the principle. People are tired of this crap. They're tired of being talked down to and lectured on everything like they're a bunch of little kids or a bunch of just ignorant white people. We can't think for ourselves. There's something wrong with us. You try turning that around and insinuating that about any other racial group in this country, and you'll probably get a congressional investigation at some point. They'll call you in and say, oh, this, should we allow this material? Shouldn't the FCC get involved? Now, think what you will about the very existence of the FCC, but you get the basic idea. That's about all. Peace out.